Evening, guys. Hi, hope everyone's keeping really, really well. We're back for another video with a Christmas flavor as we are nearing the big day itself. So yeah, I thought I'd come on with the ubiquitous Christmas jumper, old Rudolph, and accompanying sparkly, silly Crimbo hat. So yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it? So yeah, a bit of fun. Yeah, I hope you're all doing really, really well. Everyone's kind of gearing up for the big day. Got family, friends coming over, going over to my sister's on Wednesday. Traditional Christmas fun and frolics, which is always fantastic. And it's always over almost as soon as it starts. So I'm going to really, really try to savor it this year because, yeah, it is a special day, and yeah, you got to make the most of it. So anyway, but I hope whatever everyone's doing there, you'll have a really, really good time. I've got a few things to show here. This is kind of a bit of a catch up, just odd bits and pieces I've picked up last few weeks. So one in particular I've been waiting for that's finally come in, which was ordered from America. I'm going to start. I've got 3 CDs to show and three vinyl, but I'll start with the CDs first. So this first one, fantastic. Really pleased to get this. This is Françoise Hardy. So this is a 5-album original collection. So yeah, original albums spanning, I guess, they're from the sort of late 60s to sort of early 70s. It's always quite hard to tell, and it's always a bit, albums are a little bit ambiguous because of the titles. She doesn't tend to title her albums. It's usually just everything's just Françoise Hardy, and you usually have to look on the disc or the notes to find out the year, etc., to get sort of more production information. But yeah, I mean, for a tenner, fantastic. I already had 2 of them on vinyl, but the other 3 I didn't, which are, I've got these 2 here, but these 3 I didn't. So this one in particular is absolutely magnificent. I think this is from 71 or 72, and I think it's called La Question. Fantastic album, really, really wonderful. And I think that was one that Dale gave for all 33, singled out recently. But yeah, very happy it was included on this, because I say, you know, her albums don't always show up that often. I've sort of bought them sort of ad hoc over the years, but they don't. They show up in sort of varying degrees of frequency. Sometimes it's 12 months before I'll see another one, and sometimes they're not in great condition either, or for the right price. So yeah, very, very happy to pick that one up. Okay. This one is a fantastic purchase. I can't believe it took me so long to absorb and listen to this fully. I'd heard the singles and bits and pieces over the years, but never owned the album itself. So this is the wonderful 50 Words for Snow, Kate Bush. Fantastic album. So yeah, just the 7 tracks on this, really lengthy, kind of considered pieces. Wonderful. Just this album just encompasses everything that I love about Kate Bush. Just weirdly musical, ethereal, sort of very deep, almost sort of in some cases sort of philosophical lyrics, but just fantastic. The first song, Snowflake, I think is that a son, I think, singing on that, because he's got this sort of chorister voice, obviously before his voice reaches some unbelievably high notes. But yeah, with Kate sort of singing the the chorus refrain in the background, wonderful. Lake Tahoe, I love that. Misty, Wild Men, they're all just superb. Probably Snowed In at Wheeler Street, which is the duet that she does with Elton John. Arguably, I could probably do without that. I'm not a big fan of later Elton John, and for me, he doesn't bring that much to the party really on this. A few of you might disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. 50 Words for Snow obviously does what it says on the tin, with a kind of that kind of dance beat in the background, quite hypnotic, and lovely Ballad Among Angels to finish with. A wonderful, wonderful album, and yeah, just so glad to have it and be able to sort of absorb it and enjoy it, you know, as a whole piece. Fantastic. Okay, and then the last one is one I've been trying to get on vinyl for years. It's a Christmas perennial annual favorite for me. Watch it pretty much without fail with my son. This will probably be the first year I haven't watched it with him for many, many years. But we always love it, and we always kind of shed a bit of a tear. The music's just sublime. Yeah, it's The Snowman. Absolutely love this. So this is the original words and music by Howard Blake. Fantastic, beautiful, emotive, orchestrated music. Obviously, I think famously, The Walking in the Air wasn't recorded by Alec Jones because I think by the time of recording, his voice had broken, so he couldn't do it. I can't think of the name of the lad who sings on it, but it's still a fantastic performance. And yeah, I just beautiful, awe-inspiring music that's just pulls at the heartstrings and is just wonderful. You know, I love the way that he plays with orchestral themes in folk music in this. Everything, it's just a fantastic listen. And it also contains narration by Bernard Cribbins. So there's a version with the music and a version without, which is good. So obviously, if you don't want to hear the story narrated, you can just hear the actual soundtrack, which is kind of what I wanted. So, and that was really cheap. I think I got that secondhand from an Amazon seller for, I think it was about £1.50. So fantastic. Okay, so just the 3 vinyl albums to show. This is one that was inspired by video by James Griffiths. So this is Another Green World, Brian Eno. This is an album that I've been trying for a long time to get an original of in good condition, because obviously his albums are quite ambient, quiet. They need a really quiet pressing. So not so much this as obviously his later ones, because they do become more ambient, more sparse, obviously, as the 70s and 80s wore on into the 80s. This is kind of, for me, this is kind of his bridge album. So it's kind of between his sort of post-Roxy music works, glam works, sort of with a rock, alternative rock edge, and just bridging that gap between that and when he started sort of discreet music and you know, Evening Star and so on, and then the ambient series, etc. But yeah, fantastic listen. I love all the songs on this, and yeah, it's obviously got famously the music that was used for the Arena documentaries that they have in the 70s, and I think ran up into the 90s. I think Arena did. I think BBC Two. I can't really remember, but I know it ran for a long time. Yeah, wonderful listen. And I was a bit perturbed with the kind of modern pressing. So, but fortunately, it's just on ordinary black vinyl, and it's a very, very quiet pressing, and it was really cheap. So, yeah, delighted to get that. Okay, another one that was on my want list that I've wanted for years, never owned it on any format. So this is Syd Barrett and Opal. So I don't think this is an anniversary or box set copy or anything like that. This is just a modern modern repress on Harvest from 1988. So yeah, this is just a compilation really of unreleased demos and takes from his only 2 studio albums that he did, and then this is kind of unreleased songs that were kind of completed, like the title track which opens it, which is fantastic. Clowns and Jugglers I really like. There's a different take of Golden Hair, which is really nice. Swan, Lee, Silas Lang. Yeah. So yeah, some unreleased songs mixed with different takes and so on. Makes for a really interesting listen. I think it's pretty much just Syd and the guitar. So it's kind of pure Syd really. But fantastic, really, really good listen, and I'm very glad to finally get that into the collection. Okay, and this is the one, it's probably my favourite out the 3. It's the one I was really, really looking forward to, because I'm just really into her music at the moment. So this is Some Things Just Stick in Your Mind by Vashti Bunyan. So this is singles and demos 1964 to 1967. So this is a compilation, an American compilation of demos and songs that she recorded. Some she wrote way back in 1963, were recorded I think at home with her father in 1964 and 1965. Then there's the when Andrew Loog Oldham got hold of her. There's the Stones song, which was kind of a breakthrough single, Some Things Just Stick in Your Mind. That was a Decca single from 1965. But there's just some fabulous songs here. Song Winter is Blue, just beautiful, just desolate ballad. Particularly the version without the orchestra on the demo version, which is just her and the guitar, is just wonderful, fantastic. Arguably not as twee or fey as Just Another Diamond Day, but there's still the feel there, I think some of the songs are equally as good as on that record. If not, one or two of them I think are probably even better. So, but really, really great package, double album on this wonderful tip-on jacket with the lyrics, which is really nice. So, nice reproduction of those early 60s Decca labels. There's one which is blue, and then another on red. So you've got a sort of mix of, some of it is very lo-fi, and some of the recordings, I guess because they're so rare and they couldn't get hold of the original master tapes, have actually just been recorded from the original vinyl, so there's kind of crackle on there and stuff. But the quality of the songs is definitely not in doubt. So some nice facsimile of some press clippings there from the time, and some adverts for singles. So you got Daily Mirror clip there, Vashti, Something Stick in Your Mind. She was actually billed as just Vashti. They told her to drop the Bunyan bit. So Vashti agrees her last name must go. Love is so sad, says Vashti. Yeah, and she made it onto the top 15 list of female vocalists as well. There's a little list there with sort of Sandy Shaw first, Dusty Springfield, Marianne Faithfull, Cilla Black, Lulu, Kathy Kirby, Shirley Bassey, Judy Rogers, Twinkle, Jackie Trent, Pet Clark, Helen Shapiro, Judy Grant, Susan Monaghan, Jodie West, and then Vashti coming in at number 16. So, but yeah, wonderful way of getting hold of all her 60s material in one package. Paid up a little bit for it, and I waited about 3 weeks for it to come, probably with all the Christmas post. Probably got snarled up, so, but glad to finally have that. So that's it, guys. Fairly quick one. Yeah, as I said in my last video, I hope to do an end of year roundup at the end of the year, obviously, and then have a crack at Edwin's vinyl tag early next year, probably the first week of Jan, I dare say. So yeah, but in the meantime, it just remains for me to say once again, have a fantastic Christmas, everybody. Thank you to everybody who's supported, continue to support my videos this year, my channel. I never ask for likes or subscriptions, but obviously comments are fantastic. Yeah, I particularly appreciate it because obviously sometimes I've gone for quite long periods where I haven't, I haven't bought records, I haven't done any videos. So, but many of you have still stuck with me, which is really heartening. Really, really appreciate that. And yeah, let's all just have a fantastic, peaceful and joyous Christmas and a wonderful and peaceful new year. All the best, guys. Take care of yourselves. All the best. Bye-bye.